And tonight is a very emotional day for TNA Impact Wrestling, as TNA will go to an end after tonight here in London, UK. As after WrestleMania, there'll be no TNA going forward, of course, in any WWE programming whatsoever. It's been 7 months of TNA Impact on the air with WWE, but tonight, William Regal announced last week that TNA will be ended forever after tonight, as we're going to wrap things up for tonight's show with a few good matches and good hype, hopefully, before building up to WrestleMania, when AJ Styles is the only man and Swerve Strickland are the only two wrestlers are representing TNA to go on to WrestleMania and fight for the WWE's World TNA World Heavyweight Championship title on that night in a couple days from now. And now, let's get to ringside here, as we've got a massive special guest appearing here at the Impact Zone, especially here, live in London, UK, here for tonight. And here comes the Samoa Machine, Samoa Joe, ladies and gentlemen. What a surprise we have here tonight. Samoa Joe on the final ever episode of WWE TNA. And that's very interesting to see how Samoa Joe comes down to the ring and address the WWE Universe on the last TNA show ever here for tonight. And Samoa Joe won a lot of things in the original days of TNA. The TNA World Heavyweight Championship title, the X Division Championship title, and many more great things back in the day. But as of right here, right now, Samoa Joe makes a big surprise and appears here on the final TNA episode ever for tonight here in London, UK. It's been so many years that I stepped in this ring. I sacrificed everything for TNA. I sacrificed my life because of TNA. And through the years, I had some very good matches, such as a great match with Kurt Angle, a great match with Jeff Hardy, and big great icon matches against Sting, and also one other guy that I haven't forgot about is AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a man that was the man who carried TNA in the original days of TNA, and even now, even though TNA was the third show with the WWE, he tried to make TNA as great as it is. And this man is the face of TNA, and a real icon in TNA, and also a friend to this day. But since this is the last ever TNA show that we all gonna have stored here for tonight, why not I have a match tonight on my return to wrestling, where I belong, what I say home is TNA. What about AJ Styles fights Samoa Joe? AJ, if you're watching this backstage, we can go out tonight and show all the TNA fans what they're missing. A real blood, sweat and tears matchup in the middle of this ring between me and you. So what about tonight, AJ? Forget about Swerve Strickland for your match at WrestleMania for this Saturday, and why not fight me before we wrap up everything about TNA for tonight? What do you say, AJ? Because I am coming for a fight, and I want to go out tonight with a high to wrap up TNA for good with a great match between me and you for this evening. I am ready. I'm ready to kick some ass, and I'm ready to tear the house down for tonight, and I'm ready for you, AJ. And it's all being confirmed as well on the screen that Samoa Joe wants the match with AJ Styles. He returned to WWE, or returned to TNA, let's say, on the last ever TNA episode ever, and tonight we're going to have ourselves that big match happen in the past between those two men, and now tonight in the WWE's TNA we're going to have it stored for tonight's main event, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, and I can't wait for that matchup to take place for tonight between the two men inside the ring. There's only 5 more days to go until WrestleMania, when my man Swerve faces AJ Styles for the WWE TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I am aware that TNA will go off the air for one last time here for tonight. And what does the future hold for Swerve Strickland after WrestleMania? Will he join Raw or will he join SmackDown? But before we get to that stage, Swerve Strickland will be the man to leave WrestleMania as still and only WWE TNA World Champion on that night. Because AJ Styles might be the phenomenal one and Mr. TNA through the years, but he will not win the WWE's TNA World Heavyweight Championship title on that last ever championship defense come WrestleMania, as Swerve will go to the new era as the man to leave TNA for good as WWE TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And let's get straight into this matchup here for tonight, as the Young Grizzlies of Zach Gibson and James Drake are both going to be here for tonight in this tag team matchup here for this evening, as we have Heath Slater and Rhino are going to be scheduled here to take on these two men of the Young Grizzlies. And we know that last week on TNA, obviously when the Dudley Boys won the World TNA Tag Team Champions, but we know that this is the last ever episode of TNA, by the way, for tonight. It'll be a very emotional day for all connected to TNA to have the final matches air for tonight, and also at WrestleMania when Swerve takes on AJ Styles for the World TNA Heavyweight Championship, because we know that there's going to be a new era in WWE after WrestleMania. There's going to be Raw and SmackDown, and I'm not really sure how the future will go also for the members of the TNA roster, such as the Young Grizzlies, such as now the new TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys. What the future holds for them as well, and especially for these two men coming down to the ring, Heath Slater and also Rhino. What the future holds also for them as well. Who knows on that? But now coming down to the ring, we do have Heath Slater and Rhino's going to be involved in this tag team matchup here for this evening. And this will be the final matches of the cards for tonight. We know that also Samoa Joe has returned back to WWE tonight, as he will be taking on AJ Styles, as he called him out, as he wants to send off TNA with a good hype by the end of tonight. And that's why Styles he called out for a main event matchup here for tonight. But anyway, we know that here right now, before we get to Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, we do have this matchup here between Heath Slater and Rhino taking on against here the Young Grizzlies of Zach Gibson and James Drake. And here we go. And let's get the last ever show happening of the Impact Zone for tonight begins, as Heath Slater will be in the ring first with James Drake. And let's get it underway for the contest right here, right now. And now James Drake now taking control here. And a big knee right there to the back of the head there to Heath Slater now. And now a tag here now to Zach Gibson. A kick right there into the chest. And now go for a suplex right there now to Zach Gibson. Now Heath Slater right there tags the Rhino here. Rhino gets himself tagged, and oh, big boot there from Zach Gibson. And now Gibson there, good work right there from him. And now throw right there now to turn to a neck breaker instead here for the Young Grizzlies. And the Young Grizzlies right here now really hunger here tonight to try and win on the last ever TNA show happening here for tonight, the finale of TNA, before also WrestleMania in 4 days time. And the only match will be representing TNA at WrestleMania will be between Swerve Strickland and AJ Styles for the WWE World TNA Heavyweight Championship at that night. And now it looks like Rhino now. Oh my god, he fought back. He has here now Zach Gibson. We know this is their home country, by the way, the Young Grizzlies. James Drake and also Zach Gibson. They are from Blackpool and Liverpool, by the way. And this is their home country. They're wrestling at here tonight to take on Rhino and Heath Slater. So what a way they can do it by winning here tonight will be brilliant. It will be for Zach Gibson. And now Rhino right now goes after here now. Onto here on Zach Gibson here. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out right there from Zach Gibson. And now a tag here now to Heath Slater. And now big boot across the face right there from Zach Gibson. And now I'm going to go for a running clothesline once again. And now I'm going to go for a knee right in the face again. And now Gibson now punched away on the back of Heath Slater. And now I'm going to go for a... Wait a second. Oh! Good move. Now Gibson now is in the ring. But both missed each other. And now punch away on the back here to Heath Slater right now from James Drake. And now another takedown again there from James Drake again. Another one again right on the back there of Heath. And a big jump right there on top of Heath Slater once more. And then wait a second, another backflip again. And he rolls out slightly. And now goes for a massive diving jump right there onto Heath Slater there from James Drake. And now throw into the corner. And he's just elbowed him right in the face now, Heath Slater now again. And now, another move again there now to Heath Slater. Now cover. 1. Kick out. And now Slater now crawls to the corner here. All the way for a tag to Rhino. Rhino gets himself tagged. A drop kick there from James Drake. And now I'm going to go for a net breaker again there to James Drake again. And now I'm going to go for a suplex there thrown across the ring right there from Rhino right there to James Drake. And now Drake gets thrown to the other side of the corner again here. Wicked clothesline right there now from Rhino. And now Drake now goes for a tag here now to Zach Gibson. And now he's legally tagged in. A big Superman punch right there from Zach Gibson. And now he picks up Rhino. And go to sleep. Maybe a win here tonight, maybe for the Young Grizzlies here tonight. But Slater there stops him from winning. Stops him from actually going for a pin there for a 1-2-3 on Rhino. And now Rhino fights back, he does, over Zach Gibson. And now I'm going to pick him up. And then power slams him. And now Rhino right now. Rhino now. He goes and picks up again on to a death driver right there on Zach Gibson. Now here's the cover. 1 save right there from James Drake. Now picks up now onto Gibson. Throw into the corner. Running clothesline right there from Rhino. Now Gibson crawls all the way to the corner here now. And goes for a tag here to James Drake. Running clothesline there from Rhino here to James Drake here. And now takedown there from James Drake. Now kick right there into the back. He's not done yet, James Drake. He hits the finisher move. He hits it. It's going to be over here. The Young Grizzlies going to win the match up here tonight. Is it going to be over? And it is over. And on the last ever TNA episode, the Young Grizzlies have defeated Rhino and Heath Slater in their home country of London here tonight. And a big win for those two men inside the ring here for the matchup ended here between the two men in the ring. And coming up next, we do have the main event here stored for us here for tonight. As the Samoan Machine, Samoa Joe, will go one-on-one with AJ Styles as that match is coming up next. And let's get straight now into the last match of tonight as we have Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. And here he comes down to the ring. Here we have Samoa Joe first, as he wanted this match to happen. He made his WWE return earlier ago to kick off TNA tonight on the finale, as he feels like the memories have really gone back to him when obviously Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, they fought each other through the years. Even in 2005 they won the match of the year when Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles were involved in a triple threat match at the Impact Zone way back in 2005. That was probably the epic matches, the best match of the year in 2005 between those three men. And they want to repeat it, of course, on the last ever TNA episode here for tonight before WrestleMania. And now here comes AJ Styles. We knew that Styles has got a championship matchup at WrestleMania for the WWE's World TNA World Heavyweight Championship title against Swerve Strickland on the night. But as of right here, right now, Styles has got another matchup on the cards here on the last ever TNA show that we ever have. And it's a very emotional matchup, to be honest with you, because Styles and AJ Styles and Samoa Joe go way back in the days when they fought each other, and they were, had rivalries, great rivalries through those years in TNA. But to bring it here on the last ever show of WWE's TNA, the last ever episode ever on the third show, feels emotional, to be honest with you. And we're going to find out right now inside the ring if Styles can get the win, or could Samoa Joe do it? That is the question to be asked here for tonight, here live at the Impact Zone. And AJ Styles is right there, ready for the fight here for tonight. And here we go, as Styles right there looks ready and very comfortable he is to have this match with his, let's say, old-time friend. And let's get straight into this matchup here for tonight, as we got Samoa Joe and also as well AJ in the ring also in this match. So here we go, and let's get underway right now for the matchup here for the main event here. And here we go, between these two, let's say, big rivalry or friends, let's say, between the two. They know each other for a long time, Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. And we've got it here stored for us here for the main event for tonight here live, and the finale of TNA Impact. And now he picks up Samoa Joe. A DDT death drop right there now onto Samoa Joe. And now Styles right now, big heavy knee right there onto Samoa Joe. And now he's strangling him slightly here, it looks like. He's putting him there in the neck. And now fall back here from Samoa Joe. Another kick right there across the head there again now to AJ Styles here now. A throw right there in the corner. Massive clothesline there. Knees in the face there to AJ. Now, looks like that Samoa Joe's got a chair underneath the ring here. And Styles there stops him from hitting him from that chair. And now AJ Styles now throwing a shot in the head there now. Blows to Samoa Joe. And now drag note. More elbows instead. Now to Samoa Joe. Knees into the ribcage there to Samoa Joe here now. Now Joe going to go for, right, the scissor right there onto AJ. And now Samoa Joe diving jump. A diving jump right there from Samoa Joe, bringing back the archives again. And now cover outside of the ring, as this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, by the way, just to let you guys all know. As we know that this is a real, let's say, going down the wire on the last ever TNA episode. And now Samoa Joe right there now, throwing the hits there onto AJ outside of the ring. We do have a anything goes match for the Impact Zone for tonight. And what a way to have it ended here. To have a Falls Count Anywhere. And now Styles now picks up here on Samoa Joe. The finisher move, he might hit the triangular submission. And Samoa Joe fights back for another day. Now Joe throws AJ, looks like, back into the ring here. And now Styles is really hurt, he is. But looks like now that Joe's got a kendo stick instead. And now all he doesn't, Styles now stops him from hitting the kendo stick onto AJ there. Samoa Joe tried to hit him, but AJ Styles defended himself though in the process of that. And now AJ there stamps onto the head there now to Samoa Joe. And now AJ now going to go for, wait a second, Styles Clash right down onto the mat. A Styles Clash. This could be over. And it is over. And AJ Styles wins against Samoa Joe in the most respectful matches in sports entertainment. And you can see right there Samoa Joe heads down towards AJ as Styles offers up a handshake and respect between the two, as we know that Styles has got a matchup with Swerve at WrestleMania this Saturday, but tonight he really gave it a heck of a go and defeated Samoa Joe tonight on the last ever TNA episode. But right there on the screens, by the way, AJ Styles versus Swerve Strickland for the WWE TNA World Heavyweight Championship title will be on the line, and that's all we have time for here on the last ever TNA ever show occur for tonight, and we'll see you guys all for WrestleMania. Good night, everybody.